Welcome back to the channel, guys. A bit of late night breaking news for you in the search for our manager. Now, today's headlines have been really dominated with regard to Steven Gerrard and Russell Martin at Lomond for some weird reason. Guys, leave him alone. He's gone. Let's forget about Russell Martin. But look, the managerial hunt in the vast majority of Rangers fans right now want to see, of course, Steven Gerrard return. I mean, some obviously don't want him, but I'm seeing the vast majority on social media, online, etc., that they want Steven Gerrard, and I'm in that sort of bandwagon right now with regard to Stevie. Now, the latest update we provided you earlier was that Gerrard was going to be jetting in for talks. However, we have now got an update from Fabrizio Romano, probably one of the most trusted journalists when it comes to sort of transfers, managerial appointments and whatnot, and he's provided us an update on what has actually gone on at those talks. And he has said in his own words that this move and him coming to Glasgow Rangers is closer than ever. Let's get over to X. Let's see what's been said. But as always, guys, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. And, of course, pile into the live chat. I appreciate it. It is late, but do let me know your thoughts on the whole managerial hunt right now. And for those of you that don't want Stevie in, who would you rather see at the football club instead of Steven Gerrard? But let's jump over to X and see what's being said with regard to the big man, shall we? Just give me a moment. Right, there you go. So happy days. Right, let's jump over to X, and as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, Steven Gerrard's return to Rangers is closer than ever, with talks advancing and set to continue this week. Positive initial discussions in the last 24 hours, and Rangers hierarchy set to meet with Gerrard to discuss the further details. So again, this is positive news, as stated. This is really positive stuff coming from Fabrizio, and as you can see here, he is stating that the return is closer than ever, with talks advancing and set to continue. So by the looks of things, it looks like Stevie does of course want the job and wants to come to Rangers, and of course the positive initial discussions suggest that both parties are probably going to be moving on this mantra of wanting to appoint Gerrard. I know there has been other names. We've seen other names been picked in and dubbed in. Obviously Sean Dyche ruled himself out of the race, but we're seeing now, of course, it looks like Steven Gerrard is the sort of front runner, so to speak, for the Rangers job. Now, I also find this very interesting as well in terms of the Rangers managerial hunt, is that actually Andrew Kavanagh and the American ownership have taken sort of ownership with regard to this and are actually moving to do the work and do the sort of process in terms of recruitment instead of these two Muppets. So Kevin Thelwell and Patrick Stewart, of course, should be having these conversations with potential managers, but it looks like Andrew Kavanagh and Pat McGrath are the ones that are doing these talks and are looking to go forward. But initially, those talks that have been positive going forward seem very good from a Rangers perspective. It suggests that, well, look, listen, they can offer something Gerrard that is attracted to right now. He's something we've been missing for a little while, but this is suggesting that we have what we're offering him, what he deems the tools to go out there and make us successful again. We've heard it in the podcast on the Rio Ferdinand that he doesn't want to go to a club that's not ready to compete, and he doesn't want to go to a challenge that's not the right challenge for him. However, of course, let's see what happens. As you can see here again from Sky Sports, this is regard to him arriving in London tonight to hold talks with Rangers over the next couple of days. And then, of course, Slow Sports News getting onto that one. I knew that was going to be coming. I really did. But yeah, I mean, it has been a lot of updates all day today, but it's good to see Fabrizio Romano's coming out as well. Anyone else absolutely terrified of this deal collapsing now? All these reputable sources reporting it should give us confidence, but it's weirdly doing the opposite, completely all in on Steven Gerrard returning to Rangers. So this is what I'm seeing from a lot of sort of fan pages, if you like. What I'm interested to see is if everyone wants Mick Bill back. Do you want the same band back together again or not? What's this site saying? Rangers will hold further discussions with Steven Gerrard over their managerial vacancy. Yeah, so they're leading the process, which is also very, very interesting to see from the owner's perspective. They are leading the sort of talks, if you like. I mean, if you're typing Steven Gerrard in, so this is where everyone's saying, I think like people want to see Jermaine Defoe. We've seen Jermaine Defoe post something up as well. There you go. Athletic now as well. Steven Gerrard is set for talks with Rangers hierarchy on Thursday over the club's vacant managerial position. Gerrard spent 3 years in charge of Rangers between 2018 and 2021, winning the 21 Premiership title, the club's first in over a decade. And as you can see, the Athletic. So all the big sources now going on to this in talking about the return. So it does very, very much real, and it does look like he will at least is close to becoming. And this is what Jermaine Defoe put up on his story as well, by the way. He put this up today whilst there was talks ongoing about Gerrard. Pulled his jacket out of the on his story and put "We are the people." I think got some unfinished business there. Jermaine Defoe. I'd love to see Jermaine Defoe return back in some sort of capacity also. Ben Jacobs say all the big journalists are here now. So Steven Gerrard to hold face-to-face talks with Rangers over replacing Russell Martin. Gerrard is a leading candidate, but Rangers sources maintain they will speak to multiple names. That's fairly interesting, by the way. Understand positive remote talks have already taken place with Gerrard, and he is showing an openness to return. So that's quite big for us as well. So if you're looking at it now, guys, as we're about to head to bed, it does seem as though Rangers are very much going in for Steven Gerrard. They've had those remote talks and face-to-face ones are coming now. So you've got The Athletic, you've got Fabrizio Romano, you've got all the big journalists now reporting on this story. And it does look as though he is the sort of top man for the job. Otherwise, other people still remain and still state that, well, there's other candidates they're going to be speaking to. But it does feel as though the sort of fans want Gerrard, and it does feel as though the club are trying to make that one work. Danny Murphy speaks out on Steven Gerrard and the vacant Ibrox job. It's like trying to catch a motorbike on a bike. So yeah, that's kind of all we've really got with regard to the Gerrard stuff. Obviously, we shared that sort of Ryan Jack. He was obviously in favour to see Steven return. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, certainly indeed. And as I said, we've heard it yesterday, unfinished business within management. So he's going to be probably coming back. Well, but let's see. Let's see what happens over the next couple of days. That is the latest that we do have with regard to this story. It does look like talks have progressed well from the initial ones. And, of course, there is going to be further talks. Both parties happy with what they've seen so far. Only time will tell. That comes from all the big sources. I'm not going to be on late, guys, because it is, of course, pretty late. Time for bed and all that sort of stuff. But